I was also wondering if I could write you a personal check.
For airline personnel, we cash personal checks up to $100. Payroll checks, we cash up to $300.
Did you say 300 for a payroll check?
That's when a killer money idea popped into my head. I scraped off the date on an old check, wrote in today's date, then I peeled off the printed name, replaced it with the one I had ready. But that wasn't enough. I took out a model plane soaked in water, carefully ripped off the airline's logo, stuck it on the bottom left corner of the check. Right then, I had a perfect company-issued paycheck in my hands. The first time I brought it to the counter, my heart was pounding like crazy. I almost got caught, but I kept my cool. That day, I got my first taste of real success. From that moment on, crazy ideas started flooding my mind. I started buying model planes in bulk, mass-produced those logo stickers, dressed up like a pilot, cashed fake checks one after another. I thought I was pretty bold, until one conversation changed everything. A girl told me pilots could fly anywhere for free, anytime they wanted. I was hooked instantly. Soon after, a flight attendant took me into the cockpit. She smiled and introduced me to the captain, then gave me a seat by the wall. It was my first time on a plane. I was nervous as hell, but didn't let it show. After that, I started hopping free flights, flew across 26 countries, cashed fake checks the whole way, but I wanted more. I wanted to forge real bank checks. For that, I needed serial numbers, so I sweet-talked my way into a bank, got the code data I needed. Next, I needed a checking coder. Paid big bucks at an auction for a busted old printer. Only that machine could print checks good enough to fool the banks. But I got greedy, a little too flashy. The checks finally caught the FBI's attention. Agent Carl started tracking me, tracing every place I stayed. One day, I was packing my stuff, when there was a knock at the door. Carl busted in. The room looked empty, but he heard water running from the bathroom. He shouted for me to come out. I opened the door slowly, told him, "You're late." I lied, said my name was Barry Allen, United States Secret Service. Kept smiling while my mind raced for a way out. He asked for ID. I handed over my wallet like I was cooperating. Then I pointed outside. He looked out the window. Someone was getting shoved into a police car. I slipped out the door and vanished into the crowd. He never saw my real face. He had to believe me. By the time he checked the wallet, it only had useless cards inside. He ran to the window, but I was already gone. That was our first face-off, and I clearly won.